to another monthly reset video. We are in the month of November. November is one of my favorite months because that is when my birthday is. That is why I'm wearing my Scorpio sweatshirt. Yeah, November is gonna be a great month. I'm super excited to plan and budget for the month of November because I feel like it's gonna be a really exciting month for me. If you're on the same bi-weekly pay schedule as me, we get 3 paychecks, which is very exciting. I think it's gonna be a good month for finances, and I'm excited to see what November holds. But obviously, before we get to any of that, we're gonna go through and talk about the month of October and see how I did on my budget as well as my goals. We'll start with the budget because that is the most exciting part. October also was a very good month. As you can see here for income, I did pretty well for the month of October. I had my 2 regular paychecks and then I had a bonus paycheck. As you can see, it was basically like a 3rd paycheck for the month of October as well, which helped me a lot with my debt payoff goals. And then I got some money from social media, brand deals, and then Poshmark because I sold an old camera that I had. So overall, I did pretty well income-wise. Starting with my savings, into my emergency fund, I wanted to put $100, which is just $50 from each paycheck, so I did do that. And then my house fund, I was able to put a little bit extra. I put about $1,100, which felt awesome, and that is basically because of that bonus check. But I did want to at least put like a good chunk of the bonus towards the house saving fund. So I'm happy I did that because I'm still in a very good spot where I'm gonna have my debt paid off, my credit card debt paid off next month. So I feel good about that. Moving on to the bills. You can see down here, I was very close to being right on budget with that. Those are pretty standard. I mean, we have rent, subscriptions. I kind of rounded up this time just in case there was any discrepancy, so I was a little under there. Internet, fitness, car insurance, and then I did put just a tiny bit extra towards the car than I was expecting to. And then we move on to expenses, which was a little bit higher than what I had budgeted, but honestly not too bad considering like some of my previous months. I don't think that number is awful. We were under budget on groceries, and this is just my portion of the groceries, by the way. We do split the groceries. We both contribute money into one grocery account, and then I end up just splitting it, like whatever the cost was for like my portion of the groceries, just because like for now that's what makes sense in my head. We just haven't fully combined our finances yet, so that's why I do it that way. Dining out, I was pretty much spot on. Fuel, also pretty spot on. I will say it is October 27th when I'm filming this, so there's a few days left. I will need 1 more tank of gas. That should be the only expense that I still need to add to the October budget. I hopefully will not spend anything else. This will be a little bit over, but very close, so I'm happy about that. Shopping was over because, yeah, I did end up buying just a couple clothing items. I know in the past few months I've been like, I need to not spend any money on clothes or shopping, but I'm not gonna be too hard on myself with that. I feel like $85 isn't horrible. Beauty was like right on track. That is typically my nails, my spooky nails with the little ghost and spiderweb. So those were a little more expensive just because of what I got done, and I did French tips. So anyway, yes, that is expensive, but that lasts me 4 weeks, so not bad. And they don't chip, and they don't break, they don't do anything. They last 4 weeks. Entertainment was 0, travel was 0. Budget changed a little bit because I did have to add one thing I forgot to add because I knew it felt like I was missing something. So I did end up buying a gift, and this is a Christmas gift, which I don't normally start shopping this early, but I found like the perfect gift for my mother-in-law. So we did end up splitting that cost, but my portion of it was $72.33. So I did go over in the gift section, but at least that's one gift that is already purchased. And honestly, the only other person that I'm buying for is my husband. Pets, this seems low. but I think it's because I did skip food this month because sometimes I get so many that I can skip a delivery. And then I think what happened, we ended up having to buy the cat litter with our joint like grocery account money because Amazon kept messing up our orders. One time it got canceled just because they probably didn't have what I needed. And then the last one, they sent me the wrong thing. Like I got a box and it was like world history books and not cat litter. So this was lower, but not really because we didn't buy the stuff, just because it didn't come out of like specific like pet category. And then health, this is for my dentist appointment. I had to get a filling and then I had a copay and whatever, so that was more than I was expecting in that category. Snacks, I did a good job. I didn't buy that many snacks. Coffee, I'm very proud of myself. I only spent $36 on coffee, so that is definitely an improvement. I'm happy with that. Golf, none, obviously. Golf season is over. Home, I did spend a little bit, and that was for a couple things for around the house. Miscellaneous was $160, which I'm not sure what that was, but obviously that was over budget. We can see down here, oh, I had to ship a package, so that I put that under miscellaneous. I had to pay a fee for my professional work license. I bought a planner, which everyone gives me shit for because it was kind of expensive. That was the main portion of that cost. Oh, and then the Halloween costume, yeah. Car other, because like I keep that separate from my car payment, car insurance. That was just a car wash, which I had budgeted for. Amazon was $0. Target was $103. It's hard to break down things when you do like a Target run because most of that was like skincare stuff. I bought like new lotion, some pimple patches, a new cleanser. So a lot of that was skincare, so I could put that under beauty. So like I would have to go through the receipt and like break it up. So I just lump it together as like a Target purchase. So again, that wasn't really, I mean, those were things that I needed because I had run out of. And then books, I did buy a couple books because Target again was doing like a buy two get one free situation, which they do a lot. And I get sucked into them because every month there's new releases and then there's new, like everyone talks about all the new books, so I get like sucked into it. We're definitely a little bit higher on the expenses, but I always kind of figure it's gonna be that way. I try to like budget a little bit lower and things obviously come up, so. And then we move on to the debt section, which was my best section of the month. So for my Chase credit card, I totally paid that off. So this was the balance I had at the beginning of the month, paid that off. And then I was a little bit under on what I wanted to put towards my Bank of America credit card, but that's totally fine. I was very, very close. And obviously when my expenses go up a little bit, the debt payments go down a little bit. So I still think overall this was a great month for my budget. And then I also have my coding course payment that is due. So I am kind of paying ahead of schedule for this, but basically every paycheck I'm saving $250 to pay towards this. So this month, obviously that was 2 paychecks, $500. Next month, technically I only need to pay $500, but we get 3 paychecks. So I'm gonna pay more just to stay ahead of it and pay it off faster than it is. Like it's just a payment plan that I took out to do this. Interest-free, obviously, ease the burden of paying for this course. So that's what that number is. I added that in after my last monthly reset because I was like, well, I need to kind of document that somewhere because it would not reflect the budget up here, like the final numbers, if I wasn't including this $500 that I was paying towards this course. So overall, I'm very, very happy with these numbers. Before we move on to the goals section, I will kind of start to fill out my November budget. I should be getting my first payment from YouTube this month as well, so I might split those up, but for now I'm just gonna lump it as like social media. And then I have to add a paycheck 3 for this month, and then I'll put Poshmark because I am supposed to be getting a payment from Poshmark. So, okay, I'm expecting close to maybe $1,150 from social media. And then I know that I'm at least getting $40 from Poshmark. We're gonna put extra miscellaneous like birthday money. So I'm gonna put another $400. So this is gonna be a crazy month, if you can't tell. Again, another sort of high income month for me. But again, a lot of this is going to be going towards debt. So for the budget, because I get 3 paychecks, a lot of this stuff I have already set up for like auto deposits, or like my elections go straight to certain accounts. So into my emergency fund right now, I put just $50 from each paycheck. So this is going to be $150. House fund is going to be $300. And then I'm still pausing my Roth IRA for probably 1 more month. I will most likely start contributing into that again in December, because now I'll have my credit card debt paid off. Usually what I do is just copy these over because they should be standard. $850, I'll leave that at $80. The only thing I'm going to change is car, because again, I'm getting 3 paychecks. So I'll still put $200 from each paycheck towards the car loan, maybe even a little bit more, but we'll see when it gets here. And then again, I'll copy all of these over as well. I might actually bring our groceries up to $300 because we are hosting Thanksgiving this year as well. Only for 6 people, us and 4 other people, so it shouldn't be like a crazy amount, but I'm gonna up our budget just a little bit because we will obviously be buying more things that week for like Thanksgiving. I will leave dining out at $45. I will also leave fuel at $320. Okay, shopping, and I don't care how you feel about this, I'm gonna give myself a budget because it is my birthday and I do plan on going shopping for my birthday. So I am going to give myself a budget of $400 for a trip that I'm taking to one of the really, really good malls around here. They have like all the good stores like Aritzia, Anthropologie, Zara, like all of those stores. So I'm excited and I want to give myself the opportunity to buy a few things. Again, with this budget, I will still be able to pay off my credit card. So I feel pretty good about letting myself buy some clothes this month when I will have my credit card paid off. Beauty, I'm gonna leave that at 100. I think it will be less. Let me just actually leave it at 90 because I'll only get my nails done once this month and I'm not getting anything crazy like designs, but I probably will get chrome. That does cost a little bit extra. Entertainment, travel, I'm gonna leave those at 0. I'm budgeting $350 for gifts for Christmas. Pets, I'm gonna leave that at $150. Health, I think should be 0. Snacks, I'll leave at, I might put that at 20. Coffee, I'll leave at 50. Golf, 0. Home, honestly, I might put 40. Miscellaneous, I'll put that at 40. Car, I'll probably get another car wash. Books, maybe I'll do 30 for books. And Amazon, 0. I don't know. I don't feel good about that one, but who knows. That's what we're looking at for expenses. A little bit more of an expensive month, and that still leaves us with a ton of money to budget with for everything else. So my Chase credit card is paid off, and then $2,700 towards my Bank of America card, because that is the balance right now, and that should be what I am able to put towards my credit card. And then I'm going to add in the AAPC, which is the coding course, and I should save $750 for that. Still leaves me with some money to budget with, but I'm going to leave it at that, I think, for now, which means I could possibly put more towards my house saving fund. I could put a little bit into my Roth IRA. I could put a little bit more towards my car. We will just have to see what happens, but I like to kind of leave it at that for now, and then we'll see with this like available to budget where that ends up going. And I'm so excited to finally feel the relief of having that balance at my credit card be 0. Okay, so now that the budget's over, let's go through and talk about all of my goals for the month of October. What I did at the beginning of the year was make a bunch of like main goals, and then I broke them down into more like smaller, more achievable goals each month, and then I can adjust them to as needed. I have 4 main categories. There's finance, personal goals, health goals, and content goals. Let's start with the finance goals. Those, I'll go quickly through these because they pretty much reflect what was in my budget there. I reached all my goals. I think originally I forgot that I was getting this bonus, so I had put save $200 towards my house fund, which would have been just my regular 2 paychecks. So obviously I put more than that towards our house fund, and then I wanted to pay $400 towards the car. Anytime I can throw like a little bit extra towards it, it helps. So I did put $414. I ended up putting a little bit extra towards my emergency fund, which I didn't put in here because I got a referral bonus in my Ally account, so I just put that towards my emergency fund. And then obviously I wanted to pay $2,000 towards my credit card debt, and I paid way more than that. Reached all of my finance goals, so that was awesome. Then moving on to personal goals. Oh, every month I try to read at least 2 books, and I actually ended up reading 3 this month because one of the books was pretty small. So the first book I read was The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. I gave this 3 stars because I wasn't really expecting the storyline. I thought it was going to be a little more like realistic, I guess. It was like a little bit more of like a soul ghost kind of situation, so I wasn't really expecting that, mostly because I had read his other book, The Only One Left, right before this, and I really liked that book, and then this one was like kind of like a whole different vibe. I also read Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn, which was the one that was like a pretty short book. I did not like this book at all, and I know a lot of people do, and they made it into like a TV series and all that, but I only gave it 2 stars. Like, I did not really like this book. The writing was weird, which like I know is up some people's alley, but like I'm more of a straightforward reader, if I'm being honest. I don't like to have to like analyze things or figure out the meaning of something. No. And I just felt like half the book was stuff that I didn't really care to read about. Like, I don't know, you know, when like some kind of scene like goes on for like a really long time, you're like, why am I reading about this? Like, this seems odd. Didn't really like that one. And then the last book I just read was The Last One at the Wedding by Jason Rekulak. I actually gave that one 4 stars, maybe even 4.5. I did like that one a lot, and I felt like it was a nice change of pace from the other 2 that I had read this month. It's a story following like a dad who had a rough relationship with his daughter for the last few years, but then she's getting married and it seems very quick, and he's like skeptical about it. And then you find out all of this deeper story behind like why they're getting married. There's people getting murdered, and you're like, who's involved, who's not involved? But it's very interesting. So I did like that book a lot. And it was it was back to like more of like a pace that I enjoy. Like, it was a quick read, it was an easy read, nothing too complicated that you have to like analyze or read into. So I liked that book a lot, and I got through it pretty quickly. And then every month I also try to do a date night, and we actually did like a nice fancy dinner date night. We wanted to try a new restaurant that we had both never been to, so we honestly didn't really love the restaurant, if I'm being honest, but it was nice to go out and like dress up a little bit and spend time together, go to a nice dinner, and then we came home and watched a couple movies, and that was really fun, actually. My next goal was to apply to 31 remote jobs, trying to do like 1 job a day. That didn't happen. It's hard right now for me to look for jobs because of my experience, and I'm trying to figure out like what kind of jobs I can apply for and like what I want to do with my experience and with my degrees. I'm waiting a little bit longer because I'm taking my coding exam next month, so at the end of November. So I might restart this in December and try to do remote jobs in December, because then I'll have so many more to be able to apply to, because I'll have my coding certificate, hopefully. And there's so many remote coding jobs out there and like on LinkedIn and Indeed, so I might skip this month. I usually still look and apply to anything that like jumps out at me, but I might not set a goal for November. I'll just kind of look and apply to what I feel like might suit me, but then in December I'm gonna really, really buckle down and set another goal to apply to a certain amount of remote jobs. So I didn't reach that goal. I did do 7 remote jobs and 2 actually like local jobs because again, if you're new here, I commute an hour to work one way, so 2 hours every day, and it's getting exhausting and really taking a toll on me. So I'm trying to find a way that I can work from right here at my desk and just be a little bit happier and have a little bit more of a balance, and also be able to focus a little bit more on one of my true passions and hobbies, which is creating content. Then next section is health goals. As always, I wanted to lose 2 pounds, which I did not. I stayed relatively the same, which is totally fine. I really do want to start to take this a little bit seriously as we get towards the end of the year and like the beginning of a new year, but I would rather start this like next month than wait till the new year. I am trying to take that a little bit more seriously this month because it's been also something that is weighing on me. Like I feel like I can be healthier and I want to make more of an effort to at least have like a little bit more movement, like twice a week, even like anything's better than like what I'm doing now, because I also feel like that's contributing to how I've been overall feeling because I'm not like taking care of myself. That's gonna be one of my main goals next month for sure. And then I wanted to cook 1 new meal, which I try to do every month, and I've been like on a real kick with cooking. So I did this pesto aioli chicken over rice, and it was really good. And I find all these recipes on TikTok, honestly. And then I made a homemade tomato soup, which was good. I'm just not a tomato soup person. My husband liked it though, but wasn't my favorite, but it's also because I don't really like tomato soup. And then I did a pesto tortellini because I had some pesto left over, so I made like a pesto chicken tortellini, and that was really good. Then my goal was 4 days of drinking alcohol, just because I try to limit that because it doesn't make me feel good. But it was also Halloween, and we had a little bit more of like social events than I thought we were going to, so that ended up being 7 days, which is fine. Again, it is what it is. Probably next month I feel like lately I've been focusing a lot on like the other sections of goals, but I feel like next month I really want to try to focus on the health section of my goals. And then finally, we move on to the content creation goals, which have been my favorite lately, and also I've been doing really well on social media, so I'm very pleased with my progress this month. My goal at the beginning of the year was to just like make $100 more every month. So in January I started at like 100, and then my goal for February was 200, March 300, so now we're at October, so my goal was 1,000. I actually did really well. I made over $2,000 this month just from social media, but most of it I won't get paid out until November. It felt really good, and it just goes to show that like the work that I'm putting in is worth it, and also that like potentially I could be doing this not full-time, but at least like as a source of extra income for me, and it is helping me pay off my debt faster. You know, once I get past that, it will also help me buy a house faster, so it's exciting. It's nice to finally see some of the reward from all the effort that I put in sometimes. That's exciting. Then the next one is to post at least 5 times a week on TikTok, and I actually this month made it a goal to post every day on TikTok, which I've done so far, and I think that's also why I was making a little bit more money this month, is because I really wanted to post just overall more content. And then I wanted to post 7 YouTube videos, and I posted 9, and I'm almost positive that if I can finish editing my what I spend in a week video and have it up by Wednesday, then I will have 10 videos posted in the month of October, which is awesome. As far as like subscribers and followers on different social medias, like I try to set a goal every month just for fun, really, to like track some numbers. I did really well this month, like better than I was expecting, so I wanted to hit 3,200 subscribers on YouTube, and I'm currently at 3,657, so I went over my goal by like 450, so I'm blown away by that, and I'm so excited, and I'm happy. If you're one of those followers, thank you for being here. I'm happy to have you, and I'm excited to see where this channel goes. Then the only one I've been kind of struggling with is TikTok followers. I wanted to hit 80,000. I've been growing on that account, just not as quickly as I would want to, but I am just about at like 77,000. Maybe next month I will get to 80,000. I did want to reach 100,000 by the end of this year, but it's not looking like that will happen unless I have like a couple really good viral videos. And then on Instagram, because I've been now posting like a lot of my content on different platforms, I wanted to hit 4,300 and I'm at 4,450. So again, beat my goal by quite a bit, but it's so hard to figure out like what a good goal is to set for these, because you're like, I don't know that much about like what my average month growth looks like, but also you have no idea which videos are going to do well and which ones aren't. Either way, I was very pleased with these numbers, and yeah, I'm just excited to see like where the growth continues to go. And it also helps keep me motivated to keep on posting and like putting in the effort that I have been, because obviously this last month with posting every day on TikTok, posting 10 YouTube videos, posting everything on all my platforms, like it was a lot, and I definitely stretched myself a little bit thin. If that means that I could potentially work less on like a full-time like job, healthcare job, I absolutely would like prefer to do this than work 40 hours a week at my job. And that's where I'm feeling very grateful. I'm feeling lucky. I'm feeling happy in this sense, which is nice, because I'm also feeling, at the same time, I'm feeling very burnt out and frustrated and sad in like the other aspects of my life. Like that's why I'm doing it, you know, like there's a reason why I'm pushing myself to do this. And again, hopefully it will pay off for me in the future. Then we'll quickly go through my November goals, just quickly, because they're very similar. Finance goals, I want to save $300 towards our house fund, hopefully more, again considering I have a little bit extra money to budget with. And then I want to pay at least $600 towards my car, $150 into my emergency fund, and then pay $2,700 towards my credit card debt, which is paying off my credit card. Moving on to the personal goals, I want to read 2 books this month. The next book I'm starting is Incidents Around the House, so I'm excited to read that. I heard it's a little spooky, and then I don't have a plan for what I want to read after that. I might go to a like romance, actually. Then also do a date night. I have here dinner, which is probably what it's gonna be. We'll probably do a date night for my birthday, actually. And then I also have passed my CPC exam, because I'm taking that on November 30th, which is coming up very quick, and I don't feel ready, but I have some days off in November, so I will hopefully get to studying. Then health goals, which I mentioned, I want to really start focusing on these a lot, is to lose 2 pounds. So I did add, I want to work out at least twice a week, and that doesn't necessarily mean going to the gym. I actually looked up some stuff on YouTube for like home Pilates, and some of them are just quick like 15-20 minute videos. So I might try to start doing those maybe once or twice a week, or like do that once a week and then also go to the gym and do like cardio once a week. Then I want to cook 1 new meal. I brought the days of alcohol down. I've been doing 4 for the last couple months. I'm gonna make it 2 days for November, which I'm assuming might be like Thanksgiving and maybe my birthday. But other than that, I really want to try to stay away from that. And then for content goals, I have make $1,100, and I'm actually going to be starting a challenge, I guess, because I'm going to be able to pay off my credit cards in the month of November. Any money that I make in November, I'll get paid out in December. And what I want to do is gift my husband any money that I make from social media in November, because we're now a unit, we're married, and his debt is essentially my debt, and he's been so supportive of me on this journey. And for Christmas this year, I really want to help him pay off some of his credit card debt, because I've been able to use social media to help me pay off my credit card debt. And if we do want to buy a house next year, obviously the less overall debt that we have as a couple, as a unit, the better. That's the plan with the money that I'm gonna make in November. Because I was able to post every day in October so far. I do want to try and post once a day on TikTok in November, especially because I am going to be trying to use any money that I make to give to my husband. So I want to post as many videos as I can to increase the chance of revenue there. To probably post closer to like 9 or 10 videos, but I'll leave my goal at 8 just in case I'm not able to post that many. And then I want to try to hit 5,000 YouTube subscribers. And then I will again try to hit 80,000 followers on TikTok. On Instagram, I want to hit 5,200 followers. Pretty good goals overall, I would say. I'm happy with that. I feel good about those goals for November. If you've made it this far, thank you so much. I appreciate every single one of you, and thank you for being here on my channel. I'm feeling very emotional and very grateful for where I'm at in this journey. So thank you guys so much. If you have made it this far, comment down below one goal that you have for the month of November. And yeah, let's reach these goals together. Thank you, as always, thank you for watching my video, and I will see you guys very soon in my next video.